We're live.
All right.
We're fine. Perfectly fine. All right, we're live at Lululemon Southlake, which is awesome, and we appreciate them having us, which is, I get to be an ambassador here, which is pretty fun. And this is one of the things we're doing. So, hi, everybody. So, with me is Anna Leigh Kirk.
Hello, friends.
And Bonnie, eating something with chopsticks, and Jeff. So, what we thought we'd do is, Anna Leigh's got a great story that I've been wanting to tell for a while, so we're going to go through it, right?
Sounds good.
So, most recently finished the MS 150, right?
Yes.
And Jeff were just talking about that.
Yeah, third one
Pretty
in
good.
about a year.
Pretty good day.
It was a
Couple
wonderful day.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 days.
Weather was great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the reason why the MS 150 is important to you is because you live with MS,
Yes.
right?
It has now been 10 years.
10 years.
Yes.
How'd you find out?
So 10 years ago, I kind of thought I could do yoga a little bit, and I had felt like I had pulled a muscle in my back, and I went to my primary care doctor, and he was like, "You did not pull a muscle. I'm pretty sure you have this MS thing."
Oh, no.
And I'm going to have to take you to the hospital. And we did that. And the next morning, there was my answer. And I was 27 years old. I had been married for like a year. And it was very scary.
Yeah? Did Tom freak?
He was really very calm. This is why our marriage works so well. He was very calm.
He's pretty calm in general, right?
Yeah, he's very calm. So it worked. I mean, I gave him an option to not be there, because you don't really like actually mean the sickness and in health thing.
Yeah, you
kind of. I don't know.
He does.
He does.
Clearly.
Absolutely.
Clearly
but,
he means it.
no. So the dude's still around and we like it.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I like him. I've only met him once, but he's a very good guy. All right, so let's do this. First of all, baseline this for everybody. What is MS? How does it impact you?
So MS, in just quick terms, is a chronic, often disabling disease that affects the central nervous system. So they kind of call it like a snowflake disease. It can affect people in different ways, which is one of the reasons why it's so hard to find a cure for it. Some people might have a hard time moving permanently. Some might, like me, have days where are bad, that it's hard to move. Might have vision problems, cognitive problems. Fatigue is a big thing, but it's very different in each person living with MS.
So everything you just said is going to make this discussion all the more interesting,
right,
because of kind of what you're up to now. So you got it 10 years ago. What did they tell you to do about it at that point in time?
10 years ago, rest, take care of myself, less stress. All of the things that I am not doing anymore.
Right. Right. Definitely not doing any of those things.
No. And I kind of did that for 5 years, and I gained a lot of weight, and I felt really sorry for myself. And I got a job with the MS Society, which was great because I felt like I could help in that way with like fundraising and events and stuff with that. But it just made me sicker. And
in what way?
I was having trouble moving and walking, and
okay.
we had one of our kids, and he was about 2, and my husband and I looked at each other one day, and he was like, "We can't do this anymore. You can't even like function when you get home. Like, having trouble walking. It wasn't the way to live anymore." So we were like, "Let's not work anymore and be poor, and we'll figure it out."
Okay. See, Tom's into it.
Yeah. No, it's good.
So he's fully committed.
Yes.
All right. So now let's fast forward to about, 3 years ago?
2 years ago, July of 2015.
Okay. You decided to do what?
I decided to accept a bike from my cycling team called Meat Fight. They it's a barbecue competition that raises funds for the MS Society. And along with those funds, they buy bikes, road bikes, and all the gear to get started for people living with MS. And for 6 or 7 months, I had said no. Like, I would never be able to ride a bike. Are you kidding me? Like, my balance was terrible, and I just was never going to get on a bike. And then one day I was like, I should get on a bike. And man, I should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah. So what you found is that just cycling was helping.
Yeah.
Right?
Like it changed everything about it. And I started, Jolene, my coach, who's amazing. Her oldest and my oldest had been in karate together long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like watched her on Facebook, like do things. And I was like, I like those things that you are doing.
Right.
How do I do those things?
Right.
The triathlon.
So the bike, just getting on the bike gave you confidence to even just start doing the swimming and the running part too.
Yeah. So, and like, I never knew that I would love something this much.
Yeah.
Or
it's a little addicting.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than drugs.
Yes.
So.
For sure better than drugs.
But like it changed everything.
Yeah.
In like the most amazing way.
So what happened with the symptoms?
They got better. They're not gone. I mean, there are days that it's awful, but those awful days aren't as awful as I used to make them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might have days where my leg really sucks and it's hard. I really have to think about it moving, but I still go get my run in.
Yeah.
And like I know that there are parts of like I would say just my run form that are always going to suffer because I have to overcompensate with my left leg.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to, I'm not going to not do it.
Good. That's good.
So.
Yeah. So you were cycling a bunch. Then you decided to do your first triathlon, which was what?
It was the Cooper Mini Sprint, which was a year ago, like last Sunday.
Like literally like this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the mini. I was one of the only adults in the category. It was amazing to get past by 14-year-olds, but they were really great.
Right. Of course they are. And plus they have all the time in the world.
Right. Because
they're made
14.
of rubber and all of those things. Okay.
I mean, I ran over some of them in the swim, so that was a total win.
Right. Just swim right over them.
Right. I just did.
Yeah. Then they catch you on the run.
Yeah.
Smack you when they go
by. Did.
Good.
Right. That was before the Jeff School of Thought.
And then, so you did that one, and then you did an Olympic?
And then, like, the next weekend I did a full sprint.
Okay.
And then I did, like, 2 more sprints last summer, and then I did the Olympic at Disco.
Which was last September.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And at that point, is that when you decided you were going to do?
Oh, no, I knew I was going to do Galveston before I did a mini sprint.
Okay.
I was like, how do I get there?
All right.
What do I do?
So you kind of went down the path that I went down, which is, here's this big thing I'm going to do one day.
Right.
And here are these little steps I need to take
how do
to
I
get
there?
Yeah. So you did Galveston in April.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And which was
best day of my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have kids, so it's like
I mean, like besides the kids and the husband, all of that. I keep having to remember to say that.
Yeah.
But like personal gain wise things, it was amazing.
Yeah. So and so when the symptoms come up now and you train through them, I'm kind of curious. On the training days, you said that sometimes you train through them. I'm assuming some days you don't, right?
I have not crossed that bridge yet. I know that one day it will come.
Okay.
I I'm not able to get through the entire workout or everything that's listed in my training peaks as far as like what needs to happen in that. Like sometimes it's just an angry run or an angry swim.
Well, I remember we were riding at TMS one day.
I threw my bike in the truck and left.
We gotta go. I was like, I sent you a message later. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I think that was like the second time I had been on that tri bike that I was like, and I was around like all of you guys, and I was like, I'm out of my element. I mean, I let everything like take over, and I was like, peace, I'm out. One lap, done. Like it wasn't happening.
Now you don't leave.
No,
And even last week you bragged that you went faster than me on Saturday.
Just for like one moment in time, I was faster than you. It will never happen again. So I have to I have to celebrate that.
It'll happen again. It'll happen again.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are times like that. Now, full on, like, giving up like I did that day, I don't think that's happening anymore.
Yeah.
But I will pay attention more as to like where I need to stop for my body.
Yeah, that's good. So what about, is Jolene doing anything special from a training standpoint? I mean, I'm sure, I know because she's asked me like where she can do some research and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're working really well together. I think she just, after some time, we understood like how I needed to communicate with her on different things. I mean, my training load is probably a lot less than others, but I'm not gonna go to Kona. Like,
Right.
I'm just gonna finish and feel good and say injury free. So I think we keep it. We just continue to keep it where it's manageable, not only for my MS, but my 2 kids, my husband. I don't
balance.
Yes, balancing has been very key, and that we totally managed the 70.3 training without like, without really super impacting family life as much as I think it could have been impacted.
Yeah, for sure. So the symptoms themselves are more tolerable, it sounds like. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you think that the training is actually helping.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
yes. Like I can tell the days that I would expect to not feel very great, and it's kind of been this gradual progression too. Like my bad days are way less, and they're way less intense. And I know that that's for the training.
I have a friend at work. His name's Lewis. He sits in the office next to me. He's our ops guy, and he's got MS. And he just walks in one day, and he knows I do swim, bike, run stuff. And he's like, "What do you think, man? Like, I'm having trouble." And I'm like, I have this friend, and it seems to me that just getting on the bike and riding has been really helpful for her. And he's like, "Oh, I have a bike. I can do that." And I'm like, "Do you have a trainer?" And he didn't have one. I'm like, so I had like an old one in the garage, and I brought it to him, and he swears like it's so much better now.
It is, and I think for me, starting at that lower impact, the cycling, and just getting that base and building up. But then it also gave me something to conquer a little bit, that I could say, okay, so I have this crap disease, but here are things that now I can do that I didn't think I could do before, and I never gave myself a chance to do it.
Right.
So being able to do that now, and even though it might hurt a little bit more, or the fatigue is a huge thing and always has been a huge thing for me, but it has been much easier to fight through for me. Whereas I might have spent the whole weekend on the couch. Now it gives me a goal to like get excited to go and do a brick on Saturday or do a long run on Sunday, and just say, okay. And after I'm done with those, I feel much better.
So it's in a way a bit of a distraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it takes my mind away from it.
All right. So Galveston happened. It went well. Best day of your life besides Tom and the kids.
Tom and the kids, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, keep saying that.
Covered. And then, so what's next is you got Fort Worth Tri this weekend.
Yeah.
The half there, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the relay, so I'm going to run, which...
You're doing the part no one else wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and the part that I really enjoy doing. I'm like, hey, let's go run.
Yeah, my choice would be the bike. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll ride the bike. I don't want to swim, and I don't want to run, but I will ride the bike.
Which is weird for me because, like, a year ago, running 3 miles was, like, a huge deal. Like, and now I was telling Jeff earlier, I'm just doing a half marathon. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
I've talked about that on the podcast before, this whole notion of the word just. I'm
yes.
just doing the half, or I'm like, man.
It's still a big deal.
There was a time when I couldn't run 2 miles. You know?
And even today, it was a small, weird victory for me. Running on the treadmill, I just have never been able to do it. Something about it, the treadmill and my body, and it hates it, and I hate it. And, like, if Jolene gives me 20 minutes of Tabata work on the treadmill, then I'll do it, but I'll hate every minute of it. It just makes me feel terrible.
You can do that at the track.
I happily ran an hour on it today.
on the
And
treadmill.
I could have kept going.
Hmm.
And that was a weird thing for me to do.
Yeah,
Because it usually makes me feel terrible.
I have
and
a
I was like-
love-hate with the treadmill.
I mean, I don't love it. I don't every morning or every Sunday. I'm not going to go do a long run on the treadmill. But now I know that my body is able to do that.
I like to run after I swim.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
that's weird.
I've always done it. It's like 2 miles.
Yeah.
But I do it on the treadmill. And, I don't know why. I can just go run outside. But for some reason, I just get on the treadmill. And for some reason, I just feel like my runs are better out of this. Maybe because I'm warmed up or
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just always run after I swim. All right. So Fort Worth this weekend, you're doing the run relay, and then you start training for
IRONMAN Texas.
the Big Daddy, huh?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be freaking fantastic.
Yeah. If it's anything like it was this year, it will be fantastic.
Yeah. I'm going to cry a lot, and it's going to be cool. But, I fully understand that it's going to be a lot of hard work. Much, much more than I'll probably realize.
Yeah. It'll be, everybody, I tell people all the time, there are peaks and valleys the whole time. There are days you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think for you, knowing that, you're pushing through just to push through, like, you probably won't struggle as much as us mortals do.
No. No, I mean, the way that I looked at it, and that Tom and I talked about it, and when we talked to Jolene about can I really reasonably make the jump to the 140.6, is I know that right now my body is capable of doing it. And like I told Jeff earlier, like the light bulb came on for me after Galveston that was like, oh, if I just do the training, magically it works.
Yes.
So so just keeping that, knowing that like my body is capable of doing this right now, and it might not later. And I know that, even though Tom likes to tell me that that's the silliest thing I could ever say, but that's the reality of MS. Like, I could just wake up and have a weird thing on my brain and this not all be possible anymore.
Right.
So I do it now while I know that I can.
Do it while you can, right?
And we can figure it out. And Tom is helping, because I couldn't do this without him or my parents, because there are children and schedules and life and everything like that. But we figure it out now, and then maybe the other thing won't ever happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
you've already sort of, and maybe Jeff and Bonnie can chime in on this, but just hearing you talk that way, you sort of have the hardest part of the first timer thing licked, because mentally you're like, I can do this. And most people, even some of the best athletes I know, they always have this doubt, like, oh, I don't know if I can. I was that way. Like,
yeah.
And then imagine going and trying it and failing, because I failed the first time. It's like, maybe I can't do this, So keep that mindset. It's so important. Some of the hardest discussions and conversations I've had to have with athletes are about, you can have athletes that do all their training, and they blow it because of the thing between their ears.
Right.
It's like their head's so in the way, that they either freak themselves out, or they don't follow their race plan and they don't eat right, or they don't hydrate enough, or they blow their pacing and go out too hard on the bike. And you got to, like, the headspace is so important.
Well,
you should be on now.
Well, I'll just chime in and say that my coach taught me when I was having some head between the ears issues, the power of positive thinking. And I think Leanne is a perfect role model for the power of positive thinking.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
It's like, screw this stuff. I mean, she says F-U, MS all the time on all her posts.
Yeah.
And that's to say I can overcome. And that's what all athletes have to do, regardless of what their challenge is. They have to overcome. And if you don't have a power of positive thinking, you're, as Edison said, or whoever has said, if you don't think you can, you're right.
Yeah, right.
So she thinks she can, and because she can.
Yeah.
And maybe she always will be able to. I'd like to think that we're raising millions of dollars towards research that's going to pay off. I mean, the changes in technology and everything that's going on is going faster and faster and faster. And we have friends that have MS, other friends that have MS, and there's some amazing things that have come from the research, from the drugs and everything else. So knowing that we're catching it earlier with Leanne gives me hope that she's not going to, when that spot on the brain does happen, if it happens, they're going to go zap and she's back on it again.
Yeah, it's so...
That's more positive thinking, I guess.
I don't know. I can't go too deep on this because I'm clearly not a doctor, but...
I am. It's fine.
Holiday Inn Express.
Right.
Just the stuff they're doing, like, one thing I've been looking at, because, this knee thing's been bugging me. Like, I have a friend of mine who has had a torn up shoulder, and the doctor wanted to go in there and do surgery on it. And he went and had stem cells injected in there. And now he has full range of motion.
Wow.
Rebuilt the soft tissue in there.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how, this stuff's happened. And it's like, by the way, if it was cheaper, because it's $1,500 a shot, and you have to have at least 3 of them. If it was cheaper, I'd already done it.
Yeah.
Like, throw it in there, rebuild this meniscus so I can run again,
Try needling, let's try everything.
Yeah, I will try everything. But, with there's just so many advances now, It
There
seems
is.
like it's inevitable that this stuff's going to get licked eventually.
Oh, and I think that I really would like to think that in our lifetime that will at least, I think we're so close to like repairing damage that's happening. And the drugs have gotten so much better as far as stopping or slowing the progression of the disease down. It's not as much of a mobility sentence to maybe a wheelchair or something like that as it used to be.
Right.
And I think there is definitely a lot of good stuff. I can be as positive as I want to about that, but that will always be the big giant elephant fear in the room that I feel like I'm always going to be fighting against. And all of this through the 70.3 journey and into the 140.6, never going to not admit that this doesn't scare the ever living crap out of me.
Right.
But like seeing that finish line is totally worth all of that. Like now that I truly understand, we just do the ugly tear thing, don't we, Bonnie? We cry a lot.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Bonnie,
during all of it, all of the tears.
The last 3 years, Bonnie and I have had cry moments. I'm like, "You're all right." Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just do this.
Yeah, I just have to do this.
Okay.
And it's and I know
it's kind of tradition now.
Some people that do triathlons are very into times and speeds and all these things, and to me, and they might look at someone like me and look at my times and be like, what is she doing? But also, like, I look at it too, like, I am so privileged to be able to keep doing this now. I have friends that don't have that ability anymore. Right. And like, we do these. We do the big things. What's cool is you're posting when you're training with your friends. Mm-hmm.
That's you can tell that they that they have more advanced, right?
Yeah.
They're dealing with bigger things, but they're still out there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
It is cool, and I was talking to this guy at the pool every once in a while, jumps in and helps me, and he's like, "You're just always smiling like an idiot." And I'm like, "I know, I'm having so much fun." Like, who does that? I don't know, but like, it makes me happy. And then I wish I would have started this a long time ago, but I'm glad that I started it when
That's
I
all
did.
of us, by the way.
Yeah.
Question?
Yeah.
Go ahead for a question.
Yeah, of course.
So along those lines, then, and I mentioned it a little earlier, you're a role model, right? You
sure,
whether you want
I don't know.
see, I knew you were going to do that. You are a role model, and you're a role model right here and now, and to future athletes and things like that. But to the people that you're friends, they look up to you as a role model. You're a guideline for them of what's possible. So how do you internalize that? How does that feel to be that way, and how are you leveraging that to help them?
I don't think I'll ever get that, because to me, I'm not doing anything that no one else couldn't do. I mean, maybe triathlons aren't their game. I did at the MS 150 last weekend. I had a lot of people living with MS that were like, how do you do this? I could never. And I was like, I said the same thing. And then I just did it. And I know a lot of it is fear and the mental thing that's saying that you can't. But if you just start and just take the step, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's pottery, painting, running, cycling, swimming, all three at one time, whatever it is. But it is that thing that I feel like I've been able to learn through this journey is just trying. Nothing is wrong with that.
But do you feel like you gained a little responsibility to your community now?
A little bit, yeah. I
Whether you like it or not?
I feel like I have to finish this now for a lot of other people and not just myself.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
that'll
think
help too, by the way.
sometimes too that deals with my training too. Like part of the reason that I love you guys is because I have my training peaks. I have that responsibility to finish it. Like it's not like I need to see the green in the thing. And or if I tell someone I have a 10-mile run tomorrow, so I can't really do anything, I better run those 10 miles.
Right. Because then they ask you why you couldn't do that thing.
Right. I'll be like, I'm sorry. But I don't. So I am very vocal about all of it because I think it also helps me stay accountable for where I'm going to go.
Well, I think so. That's what it does for you, and that's huge and important. But I think to Jeff's point, you putting it out there, keep putting it out there, because it will influence someone who's kind of teetering on. Maybe I can get a bike, and maybe I can go out there and just try to ride it around the block, and all of a sudden they go from riding around the block to riding around riding 2 miles, and then they're riding 10 miles, and all of a sudden, they're next to you in a bike rally.
And
right?
It's been really cool to see because there are people who I tried to get Meat Fight to buy a bike long before, and it wasn't until they were like, "Oh, you look like you're having fun," and I was like, "It's the greatest."
Right.
And that's been really great to see that and and it has been nice to hear that it has influenced others to try the things that they want to do. Because I think people get too scared.
Yeah, I mean,
things are
doing
hard.
nothing is easy.
Right.
And if you're dealing with with a legitimate reason to really do nothing, then it's even harder.
Yeah.
Right. So when they look at you and they're like, "Oh, well, all Anna Leigh did was take on this bike and decided to put her leg over it and give it a shot one day, and all of a sudden this is what she's doing." And
so it's not legitimate after all.
Yeah. Right.
And
right.
I'm not saying it's not. It's really hard work, and it hurts, and there are days, but the big picture of it is super fun.
Yeah. So Ironman Texas, a big damn deal.
Yeah.
Bonnie will be there.
I know. I mean, she'll already be showered and have gone to her hotel room and eaten and stuff, but she'll totally be there.
Well, one thing about her is she's out there. So the year I did it, I was definitely pushing it to the brink of not finishing, and she was
Yeah.
standing out there. She had finished 6 hours before or something like that, but she was standing there with her mom. So yeah, she's pretty fast. Yeah, so there'll be a crew down there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that, I think I can pinpoint all of these moments, whether it was the day I got the bike or the first triathlon or the 70.3, and all of those moments have been completely defining. And even Jolene has seen it. She even made a comment on my training peaks one day after Galveston. She was like, "Oh, so you do 170.3 and this is who you think you are," because I got faster. Or, I had some crazy times in the water, and she was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I don't know, but all my confidence has started to come."
That's good. That's really good. I'm telling you, keep that headspace where it is.
Yeah.
So powerful.
I'm going to keep watching the video of the two friends and I crossing the finish line at Galveston a lot, and other things that just help me remember, even on the days that it sucks really bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I feel so very, very privileged to have the ability to have this journey, to have you guys, and everyone with Octane is I can't even. Like, it's amazing.
We got a
And
fun group.
Yeah. And, like, my family, I mean, I got lucky that I have a support system that enables me to do the big friggin' things.
Yeah. I talk about it all the time. It takes, like, it takes everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no one likes to go ride a bike for 6 hours knowing they have to come home, and my wife may not like me very much because I've been gone for 7 hours riding my bicycle, and she's like, "What is going on?" Like,
but see, the thing, I'm lucky about the bike
then when
part.
when she's sitting over there, then when I'm not doing it, she's like, "Aren't you going to go ride the bike?" Because
Right.
I'm miserable.
Right.
So,
and Tom gets it now
balance.
more because he got so jealous of me going to ride that he had to
He's
get a
riding.
bike too.
Yeah.
And he's good without a lot of training, which is the worst.
Oh, he's got some power.
He does. But like, and that's become like, maybe date nights are fewer and far between, but date day rides have become like our thing, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So that he gets that part.
So, what are the? I know MS 150 just happened, which is a huge fundraiser for the MS Society. What's coming up?
So Fort Worth, and then I'm gonna do the Austin 70.3, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna run a marathon at Dallas. I've never run a marathon before.
Okay.
So it seemed like I should do that maybe before the 140.6.
I'm broken up with open marathons. I'll run those in Ironman.
I
They're
don't know.
hard enough.
I think for my mental headspace, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna run the whole thing, but like I'll finish it.
Yeah. You'll run the open one.
Yeah, maybe. Sure. I just want to know what it feels like.
It's cool.
So that I feel like it'll help me headspace wise do that.
Plus, it'll be nice and cool, so you're
yeah,
not running.
that was
in
my
the
first
heat.
half marathon this past year. I had never done that before. That seemed to go well. So we do it again.
All right.
I don't know.
Just twice as long.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I'll skip it, not skip the race. Just do it skipping. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lady who does the Dallas race every year, and she power walks the whole thing.
She's probably faster than me.
She was right there with me the whole time.
You were like.
And there's another lady who does. I've done the half a bunch of times, and there's another one that always seems to be in my corral. I guess we're the same speed, and she does the walk run thing.
Yeah.
And so it's really annoying because she'll pass me,
and then you'll pass her.
and then I'll come up on her and just pass her, and then it's time for her to run again, and then she'll pass me again. So it's like this game of tag the whole time.
Yeah.
So, but those, if she just ran the whole time, she'd probably crush me.
I mean, I feel like it'll be fun. I'm just gonna try and be as smart about it as possible and stay as injury free as I can.
Yes.
And Jalene's been really great on that. So.
Yeah. Don't overdo it on the run stuff, especially. That'll tear you up.
I don't think I have the capacity. I don't like because then I can't do my other stuff. And I've figured that out. Like in the beginning when I was like, I'm going to do more.
So don't question her when she gives you a bunch of bike work. Because she'll give you a bunch of bike work with cadence.
Yeah.
You'll be like, Jalene, shouldn't I be running? And you're like, she's going to be like, no, just do the cadence work.
Yeah.
It'll translate. And it'll keep your legs happy and you'll be healthy.
Yeah. And that's all I want to. I just want to finish happy with the smiley tears in my face.
Yeah. You seem to do that a lot. So.
I do.
What about any meat fight stuff or any MS Society stuff that we should know about?
We've got the Meat Fight 1K, which is like the triathlon of meats, coming up in late August, the same day as Hotter Than Hell, or same weekend. And that is at Tups Brewery in McKinney. And the tickets will go on sale sometime in the next couple months. And then the actual meat fight is in November 12th, I think. I hope I have that date right.
From Meat Church does that one.
Yes. I probably talked to him today,
He's
actually.
an Ironman.
Is he?
Yes.
Is
He hides it now that
is
he's
it Matt?
a barbecue guy.
Matt Pittman?
Matt Pittman.
Yep, I talked to him today.
Did Ironman Florida.
I don't have to tell him that.
Yeah.
So Meat Fight, which last year raised $175,000.
That's awesome.
Which is
Good
amazing.
barbecue.
Yeah. All these fancy Dallas chefs come in and we get to eat a lot of meat and have whiskey and beer and
Yeah. It's not a
raise
vegan
a lot
weekend.
of money. No. Well, I don't know. Last year I had to run like 10 miles before meat fight
Oh,
that morning.
At least it was before.
But then I felt like justified eating all the meat because I
Right.
was like, I did the thing.
But then at least it wasn't after.
Right.
After it
No,
would've
that
hurt.
would no.
Not go well.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Bonnie, Jeff, any questions?
I asked mine and
Yeah.
butchered your name in the process. I just realized.
It's all
I
right.
didn't even pay attention.
Good.
It's not Anna. It's Anna Leigh.
I know.
I was told specifically by Jolene,
Oh.
when you talk to Anna Leigh, it's Anna Leigh, not Anna. She doesn't like it.
I answered all.
Me too.
Even some other names.
Whatever people call me,
Whatever.
I've been called worse.
Sure.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
been fun.
This is good. I
Yeah.
love it.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did.
Were you
Other
nervous
people should
about
do
the
these
podcast
things.
things?
No.
You weren't?
I just don't know what to do with my hands.
No? You don't have to use your hands? You can do
No.
jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Yeah. No, but like, you guys are the best.
Yeah, thanks. We try hard.
I mean, I don't have much to compare it to, but I feel like from stories I hear from other people,
no,
I was like, I've never had that kind of experience.
yeah, it's
So
team sport.
if I could
That's what
just
that's
get
what we say
all
to each
of
other.
my friends to come over to the dark side.
Yeah, a lot of them are coming.
I
now.
know. My plan
Jolene
is
just,
working.
like last month, all of a sudden, Jolene's like,
It's like, hey.
here's 3 more people.
It's
and
good.
They all come from the meat fight
But,
world. I'm
like,
like, oh, good. We're going to have
Nothing
barbecue.
has gone wrong with this process.
No.
So
is good.
others should do
Yeah.
the
Definitely
things.
have a meat fight octane night where we have you know,
Yeah.
exercise and
Meats,
then barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
so we can-
Exercise first.
We can guilt. We can
Not
guilt.
after.
We can at least guilt Meat Church, the Pittman guy. Into,
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do something like that.
He owes me. I provided him with a life of privilege. That kid. I've known
Ready.
that guy like
Tell me what
20
you
years.
did. Let
Oh,
me
I could
hear
tell you
okay.
all kinds of stories.
I can eat a lot of food.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah. That's the other thing I really like.
Yeah.
All the food I get to eat,
Yeah.
and I can't keep the weight on. I'm sorry that I have that problem.
Yeah. I don't have that problem. I'm eating the wrong things.
I mean, also that. Like, I'm never gonna be like Bonnie, but like,
Yeah, me neither.
I just, it's better than it used to be. So
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm going to do a full next year, and maybe I'll be down there in Texas with you. Who knows?
Do it.
We'll see.
I'll not skip the marathon part, but I'll skip it with like we can have
Yeah.
like a whole comedy
I
routine.
do a really good job of overriding the bike, so I have to walk the marathon,
Oh,
which is like a death.
I
watch.
know a coach that could help you with that.
Yeah.
It's
I've
you.
had a bunch of coaches. Yeah, it's this whole practice what you preach thing.
Yeah, you should do that.
When the bike is the thing you're strongest at, you just want to ride the.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get
just
that.
Hold on for dear life on
I
the run.
no, I get that. I get that part.
I think I've
Yeah.
been told about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen, Jeff?
Yeah, I
Jeff,
got
let
Ah,
me
sometimes.
tell you something.
How'd it work?
Let me tell you something. He won't admit it, but Jeff does with precision exactly what he's told, and to the point to
Only
where
with this.
to the
Only
point
with
to
this.
where yeah,
everything
that's
else.
true. Yeah, I could ask his wife. It's probably not. the same
Yes,
thing at
she
home.
would be like, "No, he does nothing that I've asked him to do."
to the point where he's got this kicker snap, and it's not quite calibrated right, and so he can't do things with the precision that he was able to do on his regular stationary trainer because we haven't
Uh-huh.
quite got the settings right,
And it's
and it's
driving you
annoying the
nuts.
crap out of him.
Whereas, like, I wouldn't know.
I'm at heart rate 1 and I'm going like a million miles
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah, he's got the power right, but his heart rate's at zone 1. I'm like, well, that could be fitness,
Yeah.
so we're gonna test and figure it out. We'll get it dialed in. Jeff's got big plans. All right, we're gonna get out of here so we can all
All right.
go back to the fams and
Yeah.
get some food and that kind of thing.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're the
It's
best.
good. It's all good.
Keep it up.
Yeah, we
Inspiring.
do the things.
Yes,
The big things.
the big things.
Yeah.
Ironman Texas.
All right. Yeah. See you
All
there.
right,
I'll see you
we're
there.
signing off. Thanks, Lululemon. Caitlin, thank you.
Thanks.